Booyah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. As we head in towards the middle of November, we're not going towards what we call American Thanksgiving, but rather one of the most important days of the year for Canadians as well as Americans celebrating Veterans Day, and that is, of course, Remembrance Day dropping November 11th. Now, it's always important on Remembrance Day to take 2 minutes of silence to honor those who have fallen and pay your respects to those who continue to serve in our militaries, granting us the freedoms of choice, the freedoms of speech, the ability to live in somewhat of a free country. I know it's questionable these days under our current government, but nonetheless, lest we forget, I want to touch base on a school in Nova Scotia that was brought to my attention on our Friday night stream. And again, if you're not watching our Friday night streams, you should check them out every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel. I want to dive into a Nova Scotia school that has done the unbelievable. So this article from the National Post states, Nova Scotia principal deeply sorry for requesting no uniforms on Remembrance Day. I'm going to get into that after we go through the article, but I really want to touch base on this because the most disrespectful show of complete lack of regard towards our military has occurred. A Nova Scotia elementary school that asked service members and veterans not to wear their uniforms to a Remembrance Day ceremony has done an about-face on the request after facing flack from the province's premier. In a November newsletter distributed to parents, Sackville Heights Elementary School invited service members to come to the ceremony, but asked them to leave their military uniforms at home. To maintain a welcoming environment for all, we kindly request that service members wear civilian clothing, the newsletter added. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston wrote on X that the leaders at this school are disgracing themselves while demeaning the people who protect our country. Of course, you can see the full tweet down here from Tim Houston. Our veterans were never ashamed to wear their uniforms while protecting Canada, and they should never be made to feel ashamed to wear uniforms today. If the people behind this decision had a shred of the courage that our veterans have, this cowardly and insulting idea would have been rejected immediately, Houston wrote. Houston, speaking Friday morning at a press conference, said that he grew up in a military family and his father was serving in the armed forces. The fact that it happened to begin with is certainly a concern to me. I can't actually fathom how a decision like this was made, Houston said. Saying lest we forget is a solemn promise to the fallen. It's our commitment to those who continue to serve and our commitment that we will pass on in respect through our gratitude and through our other generations and on to the next generations. Nova Scotia leader Zach Churchill also waded into the fray on X late Thursday, calling on Sackville Heights Elementary School to immediately reverse their short-sighted decision and welcome veterans and service members in uniform. The school has since emailed parents to apologize for the blunder. Well, they're only apologizing because they got caught. They thought this was going to be a virtue signal, and we're going to get into that. But it says here, in our newsletter sent to families last week, we requested that veterans and serving members of the military wear civilian clothing to our Remembrance Day ceremony tomorrow, said the note from the principal, Rachel Webster. I recognize this request has caused harm, and I'm deeply sorry. It's not harm, it's disrespect. Get out of Canada if you can't respect our military. Sackville Heights Elementary is extremely diverse. There's the word we're looking for. And some students who have come from countries experiencing conflict have expressed discomfort with images of war, which include those of individuals in military uniforms. Our goal was to ensure that everyone taking in our part in our ceremony could feel comfortable. It's not supposed to feel comfortable. You're not supposed to feel comfortable about war ever. And this here is the height of virtue signaling, of trying to appease the DEI people by saying, well, we're so diverse and we have people from all over the world coming here that are offended. We've seen it time and time again when it comes to Christmas celebrations, when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to Easter, any of our traditions, we're told it's offensive. Tone it down. For years, I have seen the government as well as schools and other organizations trying to dumb down Remembrance Day by trying to say that it's not, this is something that happened a long time ago. We don't have to, honor those as much as we used to. We can simply have a moment of silence. It's all disrespectful. People should not feel comfortable at these ceremonies. It's a reminder. Part of the reason you teach history in a classroom is so that we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. It's not about comfort. The school has the utmost respect for the uniform, for what the uniform represents. Obviously not, said the principal, noting that it has reconsidered our approach for the ceremony, which is taking place Friday. We welcome military family members to come dressed in the attire that makes them most comfortable, including uniforms. Every single person who goes to that school should be wearing some form of a military uniform, something to salute our veterans. That is appalling to the highest value. I don't understand. And the only reason this school's apologizing is because of the backlash. It's damage control. They're not sorry. I guarantee you, when you look at schools, when you look at how teachers behave these days with their whole DEI behavior, this is what they want. They want to cancel out everything. They want to erase history. They want you to think about gender equality and boys being girls instead of teaching them history, teaching them knowledge, honoring our veterans. The principal's email goes on to tell parents that if a child has concerns about seeing members in uniform, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly, and we will ensure everyone is accommodated in a way that makes them feel safe. If your kids don't want to see the people who are keeping them safe in this country or have fought to keep them safe, maybe this isn't a country you should be living in. Maybe you should go live somewhere that's war-torn. Maybe then you won't be so scared to see them in their uniforms while they're defending your rights. In a written statement, the Halifax Regional Centre for Education, the local school district, said it was aware of the initial request to wear civilian clothing to the ceremony. Like most HRCE schools, Sackville Heights Elementary has a diverse student population. I'm so sick of that word. Some of whom have come from countries experiencing conflict and have expressed discomfort with images of war, which includes those individuals in military uniforms, wrote the spokesperson. It's the same statement that the school gave. The school's intention was to ensure that everyone taking part in the ceremony could feel comfortable. Again, cut and paste. Cut and paste. This school has dishonored every single member of the military, everyone who has fought and paid the ultimate price in our military, and those who continue to serve to keep us as safe as possible, despite our government, despite the behavior that's going on around the world. This is completely disrespectful, and every member of that faculty that supported this initial request should be fired and barred and blacklisted from ever teaching in a school again or having anything to do with the education system, because clearly they're not doing their jobs, spitting in the face of those who deserve the most respect in our country. The question of the day is do you agree with this or do you disagree with the practices of this school? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Again, I'm apologizing up front for the heated tone that I've taken on this video, but I've always said that the backbone of this country are our military that have served for us, that protect us, that have given us our rights, that have given us the rights to live in what's supposed to be. I know, again, it's not right now, but a free country. We should never forget those who paid the ultimate price and continue to pay the ultimate price defending our rights and our freedoms. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. While you're hitting that bar, please click the bell for notifications. Again, join me live here on the channel every Friday night for Friday Night Fringe, my live streaming show, where I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, and we talk about everything that's going on in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, as well as some back and forth within our community. It's always great to chat with you guys outside of making these videos, and I look forward to talking with each and every one of you this upcoming Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day and a long weekend. Lest we forget, make sure to take a moment of silence on November 11th at 11 o'clock. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you on the next one.